Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel guys. Today's question is next smallest palindrome. Now this question comes in companies like Goldman Sachs, also in companies like GenC. So I'm going to solve this question. Now we have the given number and in the form of an array. So what we have to do, we have to find the next smallest palindrome strictly larger than the given number. See, that's our condition mainly. Now the high level idea for this, like we are going to check if all digits are 9, like for a special case if the digits are 999, then the next palindrome is 1001. Then we mirror the left half to the right. If the result is larger, then we return it. If not larger, then increment the middle or left side and then mirror again. So now we start with the coding. Now we define our n as length of our num, and so now if all, now we need know the function all. This checks that if all is true or false in the case. Now for d equal to 9, for d in num, and now we return simply 1 plus 0 multiplied by n minus 1 plus 1. Now we define our mid as n divided by 2 and left smaller defined as false. Now I is equal to, I will be our mid minus 1. Let me format that, and j will be mid plus 1 if n is divided by 2, else mid. Now while I is greater than equal to 0 and num I is equal to num of j, if that's the case, then I minus 1 and j will be incremented now by getting one extra space. Sure. Okay. Now if our I is less than 0 or num of I is less than num of j, if that's the case, then the left smaller is going to be true. Now I is equal to mid minus 1 and j is equal to mid plus 1 if n is percent by 2, else we return our bit, right? Now while, sorry for that, while our I is greater than equal to over 0, then num of j will equal to num of I and I decremented by 1 and j incremented by 1 if our left smaller exists. Then carry will be defined as 1 and I will be shifted to mid minus 1, and if our n divided by 2 mean percentage by 2 means remainder by 2 is 1, if that's the case, then num of mid will be incremented by our carry, and carry will be num of mid divided by 10. Now num of mid will be percentage by 10, means remainder of 10, and j will be mid plus 1 shifted by mid plus 1. Now in the else case we have j is equal to mid, and now while I is greater than equal to 0 and our carry exists, then num of I will be incremented by carry, and carry will be num of I divided by 10. Now num of I is going to be remainder with 10, mean round off by 10, and num of j will be num of num of I, and again we decrement our I and increment our j. Now we simply return our num. Let's compile the code. Oh, that we forget. Oh, sorry, we add extra r there, and let's again compile it. And as you can see, our case 1 has been accepted. Let's submit that code, and we compiled all of the test cases here. So that's that, and this code is pretty efficient in the terms of time complexity and space complexity as well. The space complexity is big O of n if we use modified array, and the time complexity is big O of n. Now you can see the whole solution from here. We start from here and goes up to like too much line of code, but you can understand because it is pretty easy. So that's that, just you have to understand the logic. And if you like the solution and my video, then you can subscribe my channel, like, comment and share. Also you can visit all of my playlist that I have made for coding interview companies from my YouTube channel or the description of this video. So thank you.